Hello lovely viewers, welcome back again to another health episode with Asosika. In today's video, I'll be discussing about lymphoma, which is a type of blood cancer. Don't forget to share it to a friend, like and subscribe. Before we get started with today's topic, let's have a recap about what I discussed in my last video. So we got to know that the blood are produced from our bone marrow. So our bone marrow is responsible for producing the blood cells, specifically the stem cell, which differentiate into the various types of cells needed by the body. The blood cells includes the red blood cells, which is responsible for carrying oxygen to the various parts of our body which needs it. The white blood cell, which helps in fighting infections. Then we have the platelet, which prevents bleeding by forming clots. So if there's any changes in the process of making these blood cells, it can lead to blood disorder. Now, what is blood disorder? So blood disorder is a condition that keeps a part of your blood from doing its job. As I said earlier, the various blood cells have their own functions. So if there is something preventing them from doing their job, that means it can be as a result of blood disorder. Many blood diseases and disorders are caused by gene mutation, but other causes may include side effects of medicines and lack of certain nutrients. Blood disorder can either be acute or chronic. So acute disease means having a condition for a shorter period of time, and after undergoing treatment, you would return to your normal state. Whereas when you say chronic is the opposite of acute. So that means you'll be having the condition for a longer period of time, but there will be certain measures to manage your symptoms. Now to our main health topic for today, which is lymphoma. So lymphoma is a type of blood cancer. We can also call it as the lymphatic cancer. So lymphoma affects the lymphatic system. But before that, let's look at what cancer is. Our body is made up of smaller units, which we call as the cells. These cells grow and divide to make new cells that the body needs. So cancer begins when there is an alter in the normal process of cell division. Therefore, the cells start to grow uncontrollably, and these cells may form a mass, which we call as the tumor. A tumor can either be malignant or benign. Malignant tumor grow and spread to other parts of the body, whereas benign tumor grow but do not spread, so they are mostly localized in a particular organ or tissue. In the case of lymphoma, these cancer cells are found in the lymphatic system, and the lymphatic system is a part of our immune system, which is made up of the lymph vessels. They store and release lymphocytes, which is a type of white blood cells, which helps defend the body against infections. These lymphocytes are found in the lymph nodes. Lymph nodes is a small lumps of tissue which can be found in the neck, armpit, chest, abdomen, and groin, except the brain and the spinal cord. So lymph nodes filters lymph, which is a clear liquid that collects waste product, bacterial and damaged cells from the body. So they trap the germs and abnormal cells and then activate the immune response to fight against diseases. For instance, when you get an infection like cold, the lymph nodes become swollen due to the release of the lymphocytes present in them to fight the infection. After the infection has subsided, the lymph nodes becomes normal. But if your lymphocytes grow out of control, or the lymphocytes that has built up in your lymph nodes doesn't decrease or swell down, it is a sign of you having lymphoma. Therefore, we can say that lymphoma is when the cells present in your lymph nodes grow out of control, and the cells present in your lymph nodes are called as the lymphocytes. There are two types of lymphoma. We have the non-Hodgkin lymphoma and Hodgkin lymphoma. Symptoms of lymphoma includes swollen lymph nodes, mostly in the neck, armpit, and groin. They are usually painless. fatigue, feeling tired with no obvious reason, unexplained weight loss. You realize that you are losing a lot of weight within a short period of time. Infections, getting infection more easily and very difficult to get rid of them. Excessive sweating at night, fever over 38 degrees Celsius, itching all over without a rash. Various treatments for lymphoma. If you are able to get an early diagnosis of your condition, there are several ways you can be treated. The first one is chemotherapy. Chemotherapy is the use of drugs to kill these cells. So these drugs are mostly poisonous to these cells. The next one is radiotherapy. So we use radiation to destroy the cancer cells. The next one, which is known as the immunotherapy. Here, we'll be using your immune system to fight the condition. So that means several medications will be given to you to strengthen your immune system in order to fight the disease by itself. The last one is the targeted and antibody therapy. So in this treatment, we are going to use specially designed medicines to attack that particular cancer cell. If you've watched this video till now, kindly send your name and where you are watching me from in the comments section. And in my next video, I'll give a big shout out to you. Please share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget, lymphoma can affect both adults and children at any age. Bye bye.